Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll be presenting our research on engineering innovations in high-rise buildings, focusing specifically on MEPFS and HVAC solutions in the Shanghai Tower. This study highlights how advanced engineering and sustainable designs come together in one of the world's most iconic skyscrapers. High-rise buildings are among the most complex engineering projects in the world. They require innovative solutions that integrate structural, mechanical, and environmental systems. According to Stomicki and Slomika 2019, as cities grow vertically, MEPFS and HVAC systems need precise planning, coordination, and ensure safety, comfort, and energy efficiency. The Shanghai Tower, completed in 2015, is a prime example. Standing 632 meters tall in Shanghai Pudong District, it was designed as a vertical city, accommodating up to 16,000 occupants, including office workers, hotel guests, and visitors. Its design integrates a double-skin facade, wind load management, and intelligent building system that reduce energy consumption, improving ventilation and enhance environmental performance. Consinti Associates use building information modeling to coordinate all mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems across 128 floors. Through this integration of architecture, structural, mechanical systems, the Shanghai Tower becomes a global benchmark for sustainable super buildings. Designing a building this tall introduces unique challenges. First, wind loads and structural sway. At 632 meters, the tower experiences significant wind forces. While the sway is light, it can affect airflow, pressure in HVAC ducts, and occupant comforts. The team had to design a mechanical system that could adapt to these movements without compromising efficiency or safety. This requires highly precise engineering and careful placement of all equipment. Another major challenge is the vertical distribution, with 128 floors delivering consistent air quality, temperature, and ventilation is no small task. Traditional HVAC system cannot maintain stable pressure across such heights. To solve this, the tower was divided into mechanical zones with intermediate plant rooms to stabilize pressure and ensure energy efficiency. This zoning system allows reliable operation from the ground floor to the topmost offices spaces. Shanghai humid subtropical climate presents another challenge. Conventional HVAC system would require massive amounts of energy to cool or heat the building, especially with a glass facade that traps heat. Engineers had to design solutions that reduce solar heat gain and optimize facade performance, and ensure indoor comfort without excessive energy use. Finally, the twisting shape of the tower made the MFPS routing extremely complex. Ducts, pipes, and conduits had to fit within the irregular floor layouts without interfering with the structural beams. Precision and coordination were critical, which led the team to adapt to advanced BIM systems.
There are many ways in which the technologies can be applied to build the tower. Let's start with the GSHP or the geothermal source heat pump, which takes advantage of Shanghai's stable underground temperature and geothermal piles beneath the building for efficient heat exchange. It also works with the rainwater recycling system of the tower to reduce water use and wastewater, and cuts energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions compared to other air source systems. Next is the double skin facade. Shanghai Tower's double skin facade uses twisting outer layers to reduce the wind pressure by 24% and improve insulation. It also minimizes the reliance on HVAC systems. Only extreme weather requires mechanical cooling or heating. The ventilation systems are also separated by building zones due to height and function. Next is the ultra-silent air handling units. Ultra-silent air handling units were designed to maintain indoor noise levels below 45 decibel A-weighted. It enhanced duct insulation and strict manufacturing standards ensure quiet airflow. Another is the ice storage systems. Ice storage systems include dual operating chillers and CPMS controlled optimization for higher efficiency. Indirect internal ice melting tubes and ethylene glycol circulation enhance energy saving and control. Another is the CPMS Energy Management Systems. The CPMS or the Centralized Energy Management System coordinates all cold and heat sources, adjusts operations based on outdoor climate, energy prices, and load demand. It also ensures optimal energy input or output for reduced operational cost. Another is the cooling heating power supply systems, also called the CCHP systems in the Shanghai Towers, combines two 1.1 MW gas generators with lithium bromide heating units. It will operate 16 hours per day, 335 days per year to power major building loads. Another is the sewage treatment reuse systems, the process of treating and repurposing water for various beneficial purposes. Finally is the electrical comprehensive supervisory systems, which are important for managing and operating electrical networks. The electrical comprehensive supervisory systems manages substations, emergency generators, and wind turbine inputs. It also provides automated monitoring, fault detection, relay protection, and power distribution. The systems also support emergency power switching and integrating building energy control. The sewage and rainwater reuse systems makes full use of all kinds of high-quality miscellaneous drainages that capture rainwater into a gray water system. Multiple treatment units ensure efficient recycling across building zones.
Good day everyone. Today I'll be sharing one of the most important lessons from the Shanghai Tower. MEPFS and HVAC design. A super tall building cannot be engineered as a single unit. It must be treated as a stack of interconnected vertical neighborhoods. This mindset shaped a holistic human-centric approach that made the tower one of the world benchmark in sustainable high-risk engineering. The foundation of the tower, the performance lies in what we call passive defense, design strategies that reduce energy demand before we even think about mechanical systems. The most powerful example is the double skin facade, and facade acts like a massive thermos bottle, naturally insulating the entire tower by stabilizing the indoor environment and dramatically lowers the need for active cooling and healing, setting the stage for long-term efficiency. Next, we tackle the challenge of extreme building height in 120 structure traditional single plant HVAC design simply did not work. Pressure, temperature, and airflow become impossible to control consistently. Shanghai Tower solved this through zoning for comfort. The building is divided up into nine distinct zones, each functioning like its own neighborhood with segment localized HVAC system. This insurance ensures stable comfort, better pressure management, and more reliable operation for occupants throughout the entire tower. To maximize efficiency, Shanghai Tower used integrated green power which blends multiple energy system into unified strategy. Ito yung mga included lang sa Shanghai Tower. Ground source heat pumps, GCHP, providing stable, renewable heating and cooling. Trigeneration, capturing waste heat and turning it into useful energy. Ice storage, producing cooling naman night during off-peak hours, then releasing it during that day to cut peak the electrical load. This technology work together like a balanced ecosystem, significantly reducing the tower's carbon footprint. Digital coordination via BIM with thousands of mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire safety components, the complexity is enormous. That's why building information modeling BIM was essential, not optional. BIM enabled precise 3D coordination of all MEPFS system, avoiding clash and ensuring constructability. Because of this digital workflow, over 70% of the mechanical components were prefabricated, speeding up construction, improving accuracy, not reducing waste. Another core principle is responsible resource use. Shanghai Tower integrates a combined rainwater and greywater recycling system that feeds back into HVAC cooling. Towers and irrigation networks that reduce dependence on municipal water and reinforce the tower commitment to long-term sustainability. To conclude, Shanghai Tower demonstrate the engineering and architecture must work as one by blending passive design, intelligent zoning, integrated power system, digital coordination, and water stewardship. The tower becomes not just building but a sustainability vertical city.